Let's make some Instant Pot baby back ribs that are fall off the bone delicious. Here we go. Paper towels. And as I explained, we cut these in half from a full slab because it is much easier when you're cooking in the Instant Pot to use these half slabs instead of trying to bend the ribs to fit into the Instant Pot. When you do that, and you can see other videos online, when they go to try to take it out, it falls apart, which these will be just as tender, but they won't fall apart when we go to take them out, at least not as badly as when you try to bend the whole rack of ribs. And with this method, you can get 2 full racks of ribs into an Instant Pot without a problem. Okay, now we want to season these on both sides. And we're going to do that with, first I'm going to put on some smoked paprika. This will give us a nice smoky flavor plus a nice color. You want to be fairly generous with the paprika. I'm going to put it on both sides. And also some garlic powder. Garlic gives ribs a nice flavor. A little bit of onion powder. And then kosher salt. Pretty generous with the kosher salt. And then of course, black pepper. I'm using this coarse ground black pepper. I'm just going to push that in and rub it in, get it on the sides and the ends. Flip these over. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Smoked paprika. Garlic powder. Onion powder. Kosher salt. Again, pretty generous with the kosher salt. And then I'm using cracked black pepper. And I'm going to massage that in. Okay, our next step is going to be to get these into the Instant Pot. So we're going to switch over to the other counter to do that. All right, so now it's time to get it into the Instant Pot. And we're going to need some chicken broth. I prefer the chicken broth. Now I have also made this dozens of times with apple juice, and that's also good. It comes out a little sweeter, but I like the flavor of chicken broth better. And of course I'm going to have Sweet Baby Ray's, but not in the Instant Pot. And liquid smoke, this is going to give it off that as close as we can barbecue flavor without putting it on the smoker. Another thing that I've noticed that many of the videos online they talk about using the trivet that comes with the Instant Pot. I personally don't think that's necessary. I don't use it. I tried it a few times. It doesn't make a difference. Actually, the Instant Pot's not going to really burn on the bottom. It's easy. As you can see, mine is nice and clean. I just clean it up, no problem. So the first thing we do is to take these ribs, and I'm going to do rib side out. And I'm actually, if you look at the bone, I'm going to do this side down and set it like that, and then the bone's leaning against the side of the pot. Again, same thing on this side. If I can get these to set right. There we go. And then I can open my can of chicken broth. And I'm going to put this whole can in, this 16 ounces. I'm sorry, 14.5 ounces of chicken broth. And then some liquid smoke. A little bit liberal probably than most people on the liquid smoke. That comes from my dad, who used liquid smoke on a lot of things. Now we need to put the lid on. And we're going to go down here to pressure cook. And I've seen the last time I've cooked here was 28 minutes, so that's been saved in there. That's the amount of time that I want to pressure cook this. So it's going to go to on, and then it's going to come up under pressure. So there's heat now being generated inside of my Instant Pot. I want to make sure that it's on seal, which it is. And as it comes up, once it comes up to pressure, then the clock will start and it'll go for 28 minutes. At that time, it'll shut off the heat, and I will wait 10 minutes before I release the pressure, and we'll get to that shortly. So we're now at 10 minutes after the time of 28 minutes of cooking, and we're ready to release the pressure. And to do that, we're going to press the button right here. And the pressure will come off. And now we can see that the little tab there has dropped down. That means we can go ahead and open this up. And we got our beautifully well done ribs ready to take out, which we have to do very carefully because they're very tender. But like I said, having half pieces of rib is much easier to take out without having them fall apart. Although these are going to fall apart. They're so tender. Oh my gosh. Didn't mean for that to happen, but sometimes it does. But we can deal with that. So what we're going to do is we're going to sauce these, and we're going to put them in the oven. I'm going to set the oven at 400 degrees. My favorite rib sauces or barbecue sauces, Sweet Baby Ray's. You may have others. You can use whatever you like. I like Sweet Baby Ray's. I'm gonna put some on there. And then what we're gonna do is just take a brush, spread that around to get that delicious goodness everywhere on the rib. I'll do the back side first. You got to do both sides. You want to make sure that you have that flavor everywhere. And do the end caps too. I might need a little more here in order to get those ends. Gosh, this smells so good. And now I'm going to turn these over. Put sauce on the other side. Again, using my little brush, I'm going to spread it around, try to cover every piece of meat. And then this is going to go into that oven where we're going to caramelize the barbecue sauce. We'll get little crispy bits on the meat to bite into. Okay, we're ready to put the ribs into the oven, and we're doing that so that we can get a caramelization of that barbecue sauce. I got it set at 400 degrees, and this should take maybe 15-20 minutes. Okay, I think it's time. It's been 20 minutes to get them out of the oven. Oh yeah, nice caramelization, ready to go. These are some beautiful ribs. Fall off the bone tender. Some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. And I'm going to pair those up with some pork and beans. So enjoy. I know I'm going to.